Yo, what's good, guys? Austin here, or Luna. So, sorry about this video going up so late. I usually daily upload around 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., somewhere around there, somewhere between there usually. But today, this video is going up at like 11, maybe even 11:30, I don't know. I went and saw that new Smile movie and didn't realize how long I was going to be and how scary it was going to be. So, yeah, that was cool. Kind of shit myself a little bit at all the jump scares, but we're pushing along. Now, after seeing a scary movie, you're probably like, all right, you can tell a scary story. Nah, not today. I need to tell like a funny one or something because I need to lighten the mood after that one. So today's story time all takes place in 2017. Now, in 2017, I was visiting home. I lived out in LA at the time, but I was visiting my hometown. And before I went home to visit my hometown, I had a friend of mine in LA watch my apartment. Let's just call this friend Jonathan, okay? Jonathan was a good friend of mine. I met him in LA when I first moved out there. We've been friends for about 3 or 4 months at this point, and I actually trusted Jonathan a lot. For someone I knew for, 4 months or so, he was a pretty good dude. So when I went home to go visit my hometown, I needed somebody to watch my apartment. I needed someone to stay there and, water the plants, take care of the pets, make sure everything's going smoothly, make sure everything's okay, and, just keep an eye on everything, right? So I hit up my friend Jonathan, and I was like, hey man, I'm going to New York for a little bit. I'm going to be gone for probably like 2.5 weeks. Do you think you could watch my place? He's like, yeah man, of course. I was like, sweet, I'll pay you. He's like, nah man, on me. Like, you don't have to pay me, don't worry. I'm like, oh, thank you man. So the first week of being home in New York was pretty normal. I was just hanging out with my family, hanging out with my friends back in New York. And Jonathan was at my place in LA, usually about twice a day. He'd just go over, take care of everything, make sure everything was all good, and then leave. And yeah, after the first week, I told him, I'm like, dude, you don't have to go over there twice a day. Like, you can stay there if you want. Like, if you don't want to, like, go all the way home and drive back late at night, just stay there. Because he lived, like, 30 minutes from my apartment. So he was driving 30 minutes each way. And, like, it was just a lot of driving. So yeah, I told him he could stay at my place instead. Like, just full time, stay there if he wants until I get home. And he was like, oh, man, like, thank you. I appreciate it. Is it cool if my girlfriend comes by as well? Yeah, Jonathan was in a relationship. His girlfriend was really cool. I also trusted her. I was like, yeah, man, of course. Have her come by. You guys can both stay there until I get back. He's like, awesome, man. Thank you. So, yeah, the rest of that week, pretty normal. Visited with my family, visited with my friends. I went home back to LA, got to LA, went back to my apartment, walked in there. I thanked Jonathan for watching it. Everything was great. He took care of all my things. He made it very easy, right? And I tried to give him money again. He said no. And needless to say, Jonathan was a very good friend, right? He did nothing wrong. Well, except one thing. He did one thing a little bit wrong that, kind of crosses a line. There's nothing wrong with what he did, but you're not really supposed to do it at your friend's house when you're watching their place. I'm going to tell you about it. So a couple weeks go by after Jonathan watches my apartment. I'm back in my apartment now. I'm living there again, and Jonathan's back at his place. I haven't heard from him for a couple weeks. I'm just doing my thing, working on videos every day, just doing my thing in LA, right? And then one morning, I wake up to a text from one of my friends who was also from LA. Let's just call his friend Kyle. Kyle's also someone I met in LA when I moved out there. And it's a weird text message. It says, hey man, I gotta tell you something. So I reply and I was like, yeah man, what's up? And he's like, this is gonna sound really weird and it's gonna be a little awkward, but I'm like 100% sure that Jonathan filmed porn in your apartment. I was like, what? He's like, no dude, like, I'm like dead serious. I was like, how do you know this? He goes, look at this. And he sends me a link to a very familiar website that I'm sure we all know about. It starts with a P and rhymes with Cornhub. Anyway, I get this link, right? And I click it. And yeah, it's a video of Jonathan and his girlfriend on my bed just fucking. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Like, that's just what it was. And I was like, holy shit, that's my bed. So I click the profile and I look at his other videos. There's multiple new videos. There's like 4 of them. And each video is in a different room of my place, bro. Like, one was in the living room on the floor. One was in my kitchen. And they were like using my kitchen counter and table and stuff. And there was one in my room on my bed. And then there was one in my closet. Even my closet wasn't safe. Dude, I watched this and I was in fucking awe. I was shocked. And I texted Jonathan immediately. And I was like, dude, what the hell is this? And I linked the profile and he goes, shit. Because he knew he was caught. And I was like, please explain yourself. He's like, man, I didn't want you to find out this way. And I was like, find out what? He's like, that we, make videos like that. I was like, bro, I don't care that you and your girlfriend make videos online. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I care that you did it in my closet, in my bed, in my kitchen, on my counter. He's like, listen, man, I know it's fucked up. I know. But that was such an awkward question to ask you. I just couldn't even ask it. I was like, what? Hey, Austin, can I film porn in your bed? Yeah, kind of awkward. He's like, yeah, man, you get it. Like, it'd be an awkward question to ask. And like me and her, we do that for rent money. Like, we literally make enough to pay rent with our videos on the side of our regular jobs. So like, we didn't want to stop making content while I was at your apartment. We had to keep going. And I just thought doing it and you not finding out was a better option. And trust me, bro, I washed the sheets like 3 times. I disinfected the counter like twice. Like, trust me, everything's clean. And I was like, dude, it's not that I don't think you guys are clean. I just feel a bit like, I don't know, man, used. I don't know. And he's like, I know, man, I'm sorry. And as much as I was pissed at my friend, as much as I was pissed at Jonathan, I kind of understood his point. It'd be really awkward to hit me up and be like, hey, man, I film porn part-time and like make money off it. Can I use your apartment for that? Like, I get it. It'd be an awkward question to ask. And I think like just doing it is probably the easier way out. But also I think the best thing he could have done is probably just like film content ahead of time because he knew I was going to be traveling and him and his girl could have just filmed a bunch of stuff at his house first and then he could have came and watched my apartment. So yeah, like obviously what Jonathan did was like a little not cool, but also at the same time could have been a lot worse, man. I've let people into my home that have literally stolen from me and robbed me, and that's a lot worse than someone just, you know, making videos in your apartment. As much as it's weird and awkward to see, I don't know, just a really fucking weird and awkward situation that I kind of just have to laugh at nowadays. And the funniest part about this is it's not even the first time this shit's happened. Not like exactly like this, but I had a friend once at one of my Airbnbs literally like rent the place out to a porn company for the day and didn't tell me about it. So I got to see people messing around on my bed more than once on the same website. So yeah, gotta be the world's most unluckiest individual when it comes to that type of situation. So yeah, moral of this story is, I don't even know what the fuck the moral of the story is. Probably shouldn't do what Jonathan did. If you're watching someone's house, don't do that. Like if you're an adult who makes those kinds of videos for a living, that's fine. Just get permission first if you're going to do it in a different house and it's someone else's house. You know, get permission from them. So yeah, that's it, guys. Pretty funny, pretty awkward. Me and Jonathan are still friends to this day. We laugh about it all the time. He's never done that since. I don't really keep up with his career, but he's still thriving as far as I know, so good for him and his girlfriend. They're still together. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story time and could get some laughter out of my pain and apartment getting used for such funny things. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, leave a like on the video. Please feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and turn notifications on because I upload every day. And yeah, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Baby, I'm damaged, I cannot plan this. Won't you be mine tonight? I think I've had it, you're a bad habit, and I don't